Okay, here we are continuing with the Aeneid, 134 through 41. Okay, or actually we're going to go through 49 in this video. So, scarcely out of sight of the Sicilian land, okay? So, Aeneas and his men right now are leaving, they're visiting friends in Sicily, and they've got provisions and all that kind of stuff for their final leg of what they thought of their journey to Western Italy, and they're happy because they're going where they're supposed to be going, and they've just they've been visiting with friends, and they've got supplies, and everything's looking good. Okay, so so scarcely out of sight of the Sicilian land. Okay, happy. Okay, these are the men. Okay, this is one of those instances where a lot of times Latin will use an adjective where we would use an adverb. You could translate this as they were going or they were giving happily. Okay, but a literal translation will do whatever you can to translate that as an adjective. Okay, so the happy men were giving sails into the deep sea. Okay, and notice here this is an idiomatic expression for they were setting sail. Okay, they were giving their sails to the wind. Okay, but that the wind is left out here. Okay, and they were rushing. Okay, through the foam, bzz, plural. Okay, through the foam of the salt. This is another metonymic reference to the sea, referring to the salt of the sea, and then by means of bronze. Okay, what does that mean? Well, a lot of times, at least Roman warships, and this could be an anachronism. Although probably ancient Greek ships would have had this feature too, where you would have had a bronze um, the front of the front keel or whatever you call that of the ship would be bronze, and it would be sort of probably somewhat tapered so it would cut through the water well. Okay, and you might want that to be bronze because it's a warship and you might need to ram ships that you're fighting, or just simply to protect as a protective element for the wood if you run into something that won't crush the wood. Okay, when Juno, okay, and notice this line. Let's scan this line. Cum uniter num ser vons sub pectore vulnus. Okay, notice this is what we call a spondaic line. Okay, it's primarily spondees, except we in the fifth foot where we would almost always expect a dactyl. That's the only place we get it, the dactyl here. Okay, um, it's very very rare for the fifth foot to not be a dactyl. Does happen, but not very often. Okay. So when Juno, and so the idea here is it's a solemn, slow, heavy line. And what's being said here, when Juno, protecting or preserving, okay, an eternal or everlasting wound, okay, beneath her breast, okay, putting emphasis on how this wound that's deep within her and that won't let up, okay. Haec secum, these things with herself. This is another one of those many instances where there's no verb of saying, it's just it's left out. Okay, so these things with herself, and then we have quoted speech here. Okay, that I conquered, um, desist from my undertaking. And this is a question, right? Okay. And not be able to turn away the king. Okay, this king is a reference to Aeneas. Okay, the king of the Trojans, to turn him away from Italy. Surely I am forbidden by the fates. Okay, and um, and then another question. Okay, was Pallas able? Okay, here's our verb. Was Pallas able to do what? To burn a fleet of Argives? Okay, your text would have a U here. Okay, um, so arguorum, right? Okay, a genitive plural. Um, and was she Pallas able to drown those very men in the sea? Because of a crime and madness of one man, and who was that man? Ajax, son of Oileus. Oh, next page. Okay. Um, she herself, having tossed the swift fire from the clouds and scattered the ships and overturned waters with winds. Okay, so and notice the ipsa here is emphatic. You know, she herself, and what she's putting emphasis here is on the fact that um, that Pallas Athena and or Minerva, okay, in Roman terms, okay, she was actually able to use Zeus's thunderbolt. No one gets to use Zeus's thunderbolt, but Minerva did. And you know, so she's a little upset. She's like, you know, Pallas can do whatever she wants. What about me? Okay, this doesn't seem fair. And and this is a reference to this Ajax basically violated the temple, her temple, okay, by taking Cassandra from her temple, okay, um, and so she really wanted to punish him badly because that was just not something you do in Minerva's temple, okay. Um, and then we have him breathing out, okay, probably a direct object, accusative. And then here, probably something like an ablative absolute, okay, a chest having been pierced, okay. Then we've got flamas, an accusative again, and then by means of a whirlpool, and then, oh, she snatched. So she snatched him, okay. She snatched him, breathing out flames from his pierced chest. She snatched him up in a whirlpool, or by means of a whirlpool, and she impaled him on a sharp crag or rock, cliff. Okay. But I, and again here, this would be a you. Okay. But I, who and in Cato is often used to, you know, it means to go, okay, Cato, catere, but it in Cato is often used to mean something like walk proudly or something like that, like in a procession or something. I, who walk proudly as queen of the gods, and both sister and wife, right, of Jupiter. Okay, I'm the queen of the gods. Yeah, but I can't do what I want. Okay, um, um, I both sister and don't forget the both and here. Okay, both sister and wife of Jupiter. Um, am waging wars for so many years, accusative of extended of time, with a single race, with a single uh, clan. Okay, and um, and you know, in addition, okay, or maybe even an etiam here, okay, even, uh, and here I think your text has adorat, okay, some texts, some manuscripts have a subjunctive here, which actually in many ways makes more sense, but most of the evidence for that being a subjunctive isn't nearly as strong as it being a present, okay? And does anyone worship the divine power of Juno hereafter? Or as a suppliant, place and then here we do get the shift to the future, okay? And as a suppliant, will he place, and that makes sense, okay? Will he place a gift on my altars? Thank you.